Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm hitting all the go live buttons and about to get on my phone and let's have an amazing conversation. All right. Oh, almost forgot. All right. Did I put that on mute? Let's see. Yes. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Trying to get everything done here. All right. Good morning, Wendy. I thought I had. Okay. All right. So as you can see, I'm in my normal um, location. I've had such an amazing time this past week and in the cabin writing the book and just relaxing and it was glorious. It really was. Um, okay, I got some. Oh, okay, there we go. I had a volume coming from somewhere and I couldn't figure out what it was. Good morning, Kimmy. Good morning. It is a beautiful day here, and they're predicting some 90s again in the for the highs. So yesterday I went out and I did water some of my flowers and everything that were um, getting a little bit dry. So I've already lost some, but I figure, well, we'll protect the ones that I have. So how are you guys doing this morning? Let me check and see what all is going on here. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, I think there's something on my calendar that should be up there that is not. So I will be looking at that when I finish with this today. And so I'm going to go ahead and, oh, thank you for that, Kimmy. Doing well. Thanks. And you, I'm doing very well. It's kind of as much as I enjoyed all of the time away, and I didn't um, work as much and all of that. It was great, but then it was kind of nice to get back and start doing all this stuff and um, being I don't know, back into a little bit of my normal routine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share today's affirmation. All right, today's affirmation is I'm a cosmic detective, spotting clues for my awesome adventure of life. Now, that is the reason that that's important, and I tweaked it several times before we come up with this because I did ask Chat GPT to make it a little more fun. And so sharing prep for packing for Sunday's trip. We will be away for 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh, you're going to have such an amazing time. Can't wait to hear how it goes and maybe check in with you some of while you're gone. But the reason that I thought this was really cool, being a cosmic detective and spotting clues for our awesome adventure of life, is that, I talk a lot about how we view the world, right? And with our own lens from things that have happened to us in the past and who we think we are and all of that, right? And that we have 50 billion bits of information that are coming at us per second in the world, right? In our world. Everybody has that. But we're only privy to 2,000 bits of information, because if we were to get all of that 50 billion bits of information, we would go bonkers, because you wouldn't even be able to discern anything. It would just be a whole bunch of noise, right? And you know how when you've got something in your life that might be an irritant, like let's say, for instance, you have a ceiling fan that has this squeak to it. All right. That stuff drives me bonkers, right? But the thing is that our brain has the ability to filter that out over time. Just like someone who lives next to a train track, in the beginning, when they first moved there, the sound of the train coming close by is so irritant that that's all they can focus on. But over time, their brain filters out all of that noise, right? And they don't even hear it, but someone else come over and a train come by, that's going to be their focus. And they're going to say, what, does that not drive you crazy? And you'll say, what? Right? Good morning, Nancy. And so our amazing brain has the ability to filter out all kinds of things in our lives, right? So those 2,000 bits of information that we actually are privy to, those bits are depending on what our focus is, what our ideas of what we deserve or who we are, the kinds of people that we interact with, how much money we have, all of those things are part of that 2,000 bits, right? So the thing that is the reason I feel like it's important to be this cosmic detective is because it's just not a plain old detective. That's the detective that can discern all around us what we want to focus on, right? And we're continuously getting clues of things that would benefit us. We're getting, it's kind of like, if you've ever had this fleeting thought, and I know this has happened to me, where you have this fleeting thought of, oh my gosh, I would just love to learn how to do something, right? And you think about it, but you don't do anything. And then the next thing you know, somebody mentions this thing that you want to learn, that they're going to this class and they'd love it if you wanted to come with them, right? Or maybe you see a billboard as you're driving that is all about that. You see a sign on someone's car that is like a little sticker or something that's about that. You go on Facebook or Instagram and there's an ad for that very thing. So as we focus on this is something that we want, then there's clues and things that will show up for us, right? Opportunities. And so when we become this cosmic detective, we really open ourselves up to spotting the clues so that we can really move our life wherever it is that we're really wanting to go. And so I'm asking you to start looking for those clues, because what we look for, we find, right? Whether that's a bad thing or that we're looking for a good thing. So if you've ever had an experience where you said, I'm not so sure I can trust that this is true or whatever, and you go searching for all the things that are wrong with this, like let's back that up. I once took a course, and it was a real estate course, right? Well, I had taken several with this same group. And when I got to the third one, I think it was, I had a friend that was a partner in this, and we were going to these classes, and the third one was quite pricey, right? And so paid the money, and were about to get started. And all of a sudden I had a little bit of angst about this amount of money that I had paid for this course. And I thought, ooh, what if it doesn't really work? What if I've spent all this money and it doesn't work? Let me go find reviews. So then I went searching for reviews of this. But what I was looking for was the ones that were unhappy, because I was in this angst place of having spent money that I was all of a sudden I was afraid I wouldn't make my money back, or how silly was this? Why should I have done that? Yada, 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 all that chatter, right? So when I went looking for reviews, I wasn't looking for all the people that were excited about it, the people that utilized the information and did amazing things. No, I was focused on the ones that were unhappy, that wanted their money back. And so what did I find more of? The people that wanted their money back. However, after I ended up, I talked to my partner that we were doing this together, and we decided that maybe it wasn't in our best interest right then. And so we asked for our money back and we stopped doing it. But then it was a little later that I started thinking, oh my gosh, what did I just do? And so I went back and looked, and the first two courses that I took with this group, and the partner and I, we both took these courses. When I went back and looked, there were just as many bad reviews on those as there were on the one that I ended up pulling out of. But I got amazing, amazing information, and every dime I spent was well worth it for those other two, even though there were a lot of people that had buyer's remorse and asked for their money back. So reason I'm saying that is because when we go with an agenda, like we want to look something up and see what it is, and we're saying, oh, my gut's saying that there's something wrong here. A lot of times it's our gut trying to keep us, or our conscious mind trying to keep us safe from changing, from growing, because the thing that our conscious mind does is it's always, always, always protecting us. It's protecting us from doing something stupid. It's protecting us from looking stupid. It's protecting us from getting outside of our comfort zone. But it's also protecting us by saying, okay, you've been miserable for a long time. That's okay, because we know you can survive that. But this thing that you're wanting to do, not sure, not sure. And if we're not sure, we're going to do everything we can to keep you from moving forward with that. So as we're this cosmic detective, we're looking for clues about how awesome our life can be. So it's a very different place to come from. So we're not looking at clues of, will this make me financially prosperous? We're not, only clue we're looking for is how awesome the adventure of our life can be. So it changes things a little bit. And like I said, intuition is amazing. Yet sometimes we get those intuitive hits, that gut feeling, but it's not really intuition. It's our conscious mind trying to hold us back and protect us from moving out of whatever space we are in. And, I've talked a lot about too that we have a thermostat that we live our life by, whether that's the thermostat of what we weigh, what our health is, how we age, if it's a thermostat about our financial ability, where we live, our relationships. We have a thermostat within us that we believe is our acceptable range. And so we want to be able to not listen to that thermostat, to actually step outside of what is supposed to be, according to our conscious mind, what our level of movement is in our life. We want to step outside of that. And how do we do that? We get in touch with our inner self, our inner desires, our thoughts, our feelings, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and grab this journal prompt, and let's see. I don't know if it's all going to show up there, so let me try it and see. I might have to do this in two parts. Let's see. All right, so I'm just going to do it like this, and I'll just tell you what the last part is. because it's only missing a few pieces. All right. So this is your journal prompt. Okay. So I want you to imagine, like, remember I talked about our lens of the world and how we see things, right? Maybe we can imagine that our glasses are magical. So it's like not necessarily rose colored glasses, but it's similar because it is a place where we see opportunities and not things that'll hold us back, right? We're seeing opportunities and not how things can go wrong. So we're wearing our magical glasses that reveal hidden opportunities. Because let's face it, most of the opportunities that show up in our life are very hidden. And I've talked about this before. Sometimes opportunities show up as obstacles because we have to grow and we have to change and become different through that obstacle. And that's the thing that put us in a place to be able to take this opportunity, right? Without that obstacle, when the opportunity comes, not only will we maybe not see it, we won't take advantage of it, or maybe we don't have the strength and the knowledge to make it work. So everything that's happened in our lives have brought us to where we are. It's the opportunities of things going wrong and things going right that we've survived and we've gone through that created this human that we are in this very moment. And I don't know about you, no matter what's going on around me, I love being me. And I love the knowledge that I have. And I love the opportunities and the openness I have. Now, not to say I'm perfect by any means, because I still pop into those places of like, especially just think as you grow and you are open to opportunities. Like I said, some opportunities look like obstacles in the moment that they happen. And one of the things, what is it that saying is, what is it? If you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. That may not even be it, right? But whatever. So anyway, we can have all of these things happen to us, and if we can extract the gift, if we can extract the journey, the lesson out of anything that's come up, then we can be so much better going forward, right? So I want you to look back at your week, this past week. What secret doors to awesomeness did you miss? And how can you ninja kick them open now? So I want you to get your journal out and just really, really take some time to listen to your breath, get calmed down, reduce the chatter in your mind, just sit in some silence before you start writing. And then just let it flow. Let your subconscious mind give you everything because it's paying attention, whether we're aware of it or not, and it's taking notes. And so there's hidden opportunities that you've missed. There is no way that you've gone and you've noticed every single thing. So I want you to go back and put on these magical glasses because those will reveal the hidden opportunities. And then just look at your week. What are those secret doors to awesomeness that you missed? And they're there. Just be open to seeing them. And how can you ninja kick them open now? And not only that, how can you be more open going forward? That's the last part of that. How can you be more open going forward? And that is to say that our new normal, because remember, we make a 1% change every day creates exponential growth. It's that compound effect, right? And so as we do these processes and we become more and more open and we're seeing opportunities and we're taking advantage of them, we're looking at anything that has shown up we felt was an obstacle and seeing if we can find out how it was an opportunity. We're doing all of that, right? And as we're doing that, that becomes our new normal state. And so the next day, we're growing and we're becoming, and another 1% comes up, and then that becomes our new normal, right? And so as we're doing this every single day, we're open and we're changing and we're growing. Because remember, the only thing constant in life is change. We're either changing on purpose or we're changing by default. So let's let this be our time to change on purpose. And so I want to, while I'm remembering, all of a sudden it came in my head to for you to look into the events section in the group, Stand Up and Stand Out community. And there's actually another Stand Up and Stand Out party that's happening. Is today Friday? Yeah, happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern in the group. And it's going to be another glorious time to spend with you guys. And I'm so excited about it. So definitely come, especially if you're wanting to see how other people do their 2-minute pitch, how they communicate, what's coming up for other people. Were some people that for the last two that we did, there were people that wanted to be there, but they just wanted to kind of be off camera and observe. And then some of them shared some information in the chat. And then there were other people that got on there and shared that something that was coming up for them that they wanted help with. And so there's so much that goes on these calls with the can't wait. Yay, Kimmy. It'll be great to see you there. Okay, Wendy, I know you'll be traveling, I think, right? Aren't you leaving tomorrow? What was it you said? All right, so let me see. I see there's something else here. Let me see. Magical glasses will resemble Elton John in the 70s and 80s, along with my Cosmic Kimberly superhero outfit. This will be awesome. I love it, Kimmy. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Packing. All right. Well, if you can get on at least just for a little bit, that's perfect. Maybe you can share some insights with the rest of the group. So the thing is that we are so sometimes missing what's going on, right? I lost my total train of thought, but hey, that's okay. Obviously, I needed to switch to that. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Oh, I know what it was. So I was talking about the event for Saturday, but I also want to remind you that I've been talking a lot about the Find Your Voice Challenge, and that I still need to do a 2-minute introduction. Okay, well, we can work on that together. I mean, if you're able to get there, then we'll work on it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And invite someone to join us there. That would be great. And so the Find Your Voice Challenge. I keep losing my train of thought. I get so excited when you post something and I want to interact with it. The Find Your Voice Challenge actually ends tonight at midnight and Pacific time, because it's on Stacy's clock. But this is a perfect opportunity to get into this space where you can see hidden opportunities, because it is for those that aren't familiar with Stacy Lauren and her Do the Thing, this is what this is reflecting or referring to. She has a Find Your Voice challenge that I've done before. I'm doing it again, and I'm inviting everybody else to come along. And so what we do is there are daily dares, is what she calls them. And this is a recorded course that comes to you every single day in an email. And then you do the dare, you share it in the group. And then I'm having a special WhatsApp group for everyone who signs up with my link. And then we're going to do a couple of Zooms, one where we're just kind of getting to know each other. And then the next one we're going to have, it's going to be, where's everybody at? If anybody's stuck, we can help them move forward and kind of share how these different dares have really affected us. And you can share some of your dare videos or post in the actual group too, in the Stand Up and Stand Out group as we go along this process. It's going to be so amazing. But the thing that I have discovered with this is it's not just for business and finding your voice so that you can stand up and stand out and go speak or It's not just that. It's actually getting in touch with your inner voice, your ideas, and it can actually help you uncover some of those limiting beliefs that you have that you can switch around. And maybe we'll address a little bit of those limiting beliefs when we do our Zoom. But it is so much more than just dares and finding your voice. It is what you learn and how you grow. There is no way that you can do this 17-day challenge, do the dares every day, interact in the group, share. If you're doing all of that, you are going to come at the end of this, you are going to be changed in a good way, right? And so I want to invite everyone to jump on the Find Your Voice challenge, and I'll put the link in the group. And like I said, it ends tonight at midnight Pacific time. And so you've got some time to look at it, make a decision. But this is one of those. What is it? Is it? I can't remember what comedian it is. Here's your sign. But this is this is one of those opportunities that is life changing for you. I can say that I can pinpoint back to a challenge that I did with Stacy, which was my podcast challenge, and that changed my life. But one of the really cool things is when you do this Find Your Voice challenge, one of the perks that she's offering is also her Start Your Podcast challenge. You get that just by joining the Find Your Voice. So that's even more goal. That's the thing that changed my life. Now, you don't even have to start a podcast, but it will change you. Just like all of these dares that we're going to be having in Find Your Voice, they'll change you too. And if you're in this group, if you're watching these videos, there's something about life that you want to be better, that you want to expand. Maybe it's not even a better. Maybe it's you just want to keep learning and growing and expanding who you are and your ability to change others and change the world. I mean, I will tell you, one of my greatest fears has always been living this life, passing away, and not having made a big enough difference. And so I'm doing everything I can now to make sure that that's not the case, that when I go, whenever that is, and hopefully that's a long time away, but hell, we don't know, right? The thing is that I want to make sure that when I go, that there are people that I have touched in a way that their life has changed tremendously. And that they can come back and say, oh my gosh, she changed my life. And I'll just share really quick. Let's see, here are we on? We're okay on time. Before, when I started my podcast, like I said, my whole life changed, right? But after I started my podcast, I was working on the podcast, and I didn't know Stacy did a lot of the stuff that she does now. And I don't know, maybe she didn't do that then. And I hired a coach to help me with my Facebook and my Instagram and just my business, right? And he was instrumental in so many things that I changed about me and about my life and how I showed up. When he passed away 3 weeks into my program. But I'll tell you, there is not a day that goes by I don't think about how much he affected me and how much he blessed my life, because he was a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he was amazing. He left way too soon. But after he passed away, there were so many people that he had affected in his life that all came together to celebrate his life. And it was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing to see all the people that said, yes, James changed my life. James did this for me. James helped me see this about myself. James, right? And I don't want to leave early. but I want to make sure that when I go, that I have had a tremendous impact on so many people. And where do I begin? Right here. And so I invite you to just look at it. Find your voice challenge might be the exact thing that gets you off the couch or gets you out of your comfort zone just enough to affect your life in a profound way. So I'm going to have the link in the comments, and you can just go and sign up, because I don't remember. Find Your Voice Challenge starts on Monday, and then she gives us a couple of dares before the Find Your Voice starts, so you can kind of see a little bit. And the dares are only like maybe only take you a couple 3 minutes at the most, so it's really easy to fit into your day. And I would love to have you part of my cohort, my group. That the thing is that there's a lot of people doing the Find Your Voice Challenge. There always is. So there's the big major Facebook group that we go in, and we participate, we share our dares and that kind of thing, right? But I like to think of it as, let me the reason it's important to have the little smaller cohort, and I'll share. I went to a church, and it was the first time I'd ever been there. And when I got there, there were so many people. It was a huge church. It was recommended that I go. And there was so many people that I thought, oh my gosh, you'll get lost in this crowd. There's no way you could get these personal relationships, right? But what they did was they had several places where if you were interested in this, here's a group that you can be with, right? It's like at one church that I went to, I was part of a singles group, because it was an amazing place to, not for romantic reasons, but a place to meet like-minded people that were also single, to go to dinner and to chat with and learn and grow, right? And so when you go to a place where it's like there's just massive amounts of people, you kind of get lost in the mix. Now, you can be in there and be active, right? But you can get very lost. And the reason I like having this smaller cohort is because we're going to be able to communicate, just us, outside of that group, to where we're going to know each other on a different level, and we're going to be able to encourage one another on a different level. Like I've shared a couple of times, like I went to San Diego and I met people in a small group that I'm in on Facebook. They're in Stacy's world. Went to see her TED Talk. When we had such a connection, because we were doing dares and everything and all the things that we were doing. And so we knew each other on a different level. And when we met in person, it was like we were having a family reunion. We were all, it's like we'd all known each other forever, even though we had never met in person. And then this past week, I met with a friend of mine. We went to that cabin. I had never met her in person, but we had connected in years ago. There was a mastermind that we were in, and what she would do as the mastermind is she would put us in these, it was all online, and she would put us in these little small rooms where there were just a few of us, and we would interact. And that's where I met her, and we just connected. And it had been, what we looked at it, it'd been probably 3-4 years that we had been communicating online, and this was the first time that we had met in person. And it was like just hugs, and we were in sync, and it was a magical, right? And so I want that for you as well. So going through the Find Your Voice, I will have the smaller cohort for us to be interacting with, along with the big one, right? And then we're going to have the private Zooms for us to just be together, learn and grow together. So I'm looking forward to it, and I would love to have you on this journey with me. If it's the right time for you, then definitely jump on board. So like I said, I'm going to share the link in the comments when I get off here. But before I do, I'm going to go back to our affirmation. I am a cosmic detective spotting clues for my awesome adventure of life. Put that on your sticky note, your index card, the screensaver on your phone, wherever you can put it, that you're seeing that today and reminded that you are that cosmic detective. Because when you are, the awesome life that you have and spotting all of those clues leading to that, delicious. You're going to be shocked. It is amazing, right? And then our journal prompt. And like I always say, the journal prompt and the affirmation are together. I created them to be partners, right? So when you get your journal out, your notebook out, make sure you put the date at the top, put the affirmation, and then the journal prompt. Get that few moments of being in silence, tuning into your inner guidance, your heart, and your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind saw those hidden opportunities that you didn't see. And if you don't judge anything that comes up, so when you open your eyes and you look at this, look back on your week, what secret doors to awesomeness did you miss? Just put down everything that comes up, right? Don't judge it, because there were opportunities that didn't seem like opportunities. There are opportunities that your subconscious mind kind of said, I'm going to hold on to that. Just let it pour out without any judgment. You don't have to do a damn thing with it. Just write it down, right? And then after you've done that, then how can you ninja kick them open? How can you revisit them and see if maybe those opportunities are still there for you to take advantage of, right? And then the part of this that's missing, how can you be more open going forward? It's like opening this portal between you, God, the universe, opportunities. You've got that open, right? It's just flowing in. Allow it and see what comes up. Just spend some time with this today and enjoy the process of wearing your magical glasses to reveal hidden opportunities. All right. So I would love to hear your thoughts, to see what maybe you can share in the group, something that was revealed to you, an opportunity that you missed, or just give us a little bit of insight about how this affected you. Was this something that was good for you and helped you maybe see something that you didn't see? All right. So I see Wendy is on spot today. Here we go. Our, oh, you changed mine and I'm grateful. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you as well. And then as Wendy so eloquently comes up with this amazing phrase every single time, I missed you with that yesterday. I ended up creating my own. So fill your day with magical clues and have a great weekend. Oh, I'm so excited. And remember to check out the link, because there'll be some information there for the Find Your Voice. And then you can make a decision there, whether that's right for you or not right for you, because, sometimes it's not. So if it's not the right time and it's better for you to wait till another time, that's all you figure it out. But I will be here as your fearless leader with the Find Your Voice cohort that we'll be doing, just us. And then also remember, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern is our stand up and stand out party. So I look forward to seeing you there. And just quickly, remember, fill your day with magical clues and have a great weekend. Mwah.